Okay, welcome back again, those of you that have either watched 3.1 or 3.2 and are working on the Chapter 3 tutorial or Unit 3 tutorial. In this tutorial, what we're going to be using is SmartArt, and SmartArt is a great feature in Office 2007 that really allows you to make some impressive visuals, charts and graphs and things like that. So we'll get right to that. If you don't already have it open up the science project that you've been working on. And like I said, there were a couple of other videos, so if you haven't started that, that's a good place to start. What we're going to first do is we're going to go down to slide number 2, and we're going to highlight the text Life and Earth and Physical. So once you've highlighted that, we're going to go up to our little mini toolbar here, and let's see, we want to find it here. Actually, scratch that. Let's right click. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. And once you right click on the text that you selected, you go down to the menu and convert to SmartArt, and you see a few different options available, and we could go down and choose more SmartArt graphics, which would show us all of them if we wanted to. But the ones that we're going to use are on here. We're going to go over on this list over here, and we're going to choose this one that kind of looks like 3 iPods side by side. So go ahead and select that, and you can see that it inserts the text that we had into 3 graphics, which is a really obviously simple way to do it. And it's like I said, really a nice option to be able to add some graphics and make it look less like a book and more like a presentation. Anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to add some pictures in here, make it really come to life here. So what we're going to do is we're going to just double click on the picture. We're looking for the picture that is called water lilies. Now, I don't think that I had you download it, so what you probably want to do is go to My Documents and look in My Pictures. Mine is going to be a little bit different than yours, but look in there and see if you have a picture called water lilies. If you don't, any picture really will work as long as you understand how to do this for future reference. But this is the picture that I'm hoping that you'll be able to find. Next, we're going to do the same thing with Earth, with the picture in Earth, and we're going to use the picture called Winter. And again, look in your My Documents and My Pictures folder and see if you can find a picture that looks like that. And then finally, the last one that we're going to use is, I believe it's called Astronomy. Yes, Astronomy, and I believe that I had you guys download that one from the data files on the Google website. So Astronomy is what we want. It's not a JPEG, it's called a WMF image, which really all that means is that it's a piece of clip art. We'll talk a little bit more about different kinds of images later, but go ahead and insert that. So those are the pictures that we want. Okay. So we have our pictures. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of modify the graphic a little bit, because in Office 2007 we can add 3D or a little bit more 3D images. We can change the colors really easily. We can put shadows. We can add dimension to it, which is kind of nice. So we're going to go up here underneath the SmartArt styles and pull this down, and you can see what some of the different options are, but we are going to choose this option right here called the brick scene. It's in the second row in the column all the way to the right, as you can see that I'm pointing out. So that's going to kind of twist that around and give it a little bit of a different look. Then what we're also going to do is we're going to add some color. So just make sure that this is still selected. We're going to go up here to change colors, and you can kind of mess around and see what the different color schemes would look like and whatnot. But we are going to change it from the blue accent, and we're going to go up here into the colorful section and choose accent colors 5 to 6 in the colorful range. Should be all the way on the right in that particular section. So we have a nice bold pop of color. And then what we also want to do is we want to move this text. You can see that we kind of have a continuum down here at the bottom. What we want to do is we want to put this kind of in that space. So we're going to select the title text, and we're going to right click and we're going to cut it so that it's no longer visible. And then we're going to go down to this double-ended arrow, and we are going to see if I can remember how to do this. We're actually we have to put a text box in, sorry. So to do that, we're going to insert the insert menu, insert tab, and choose text box. And you'll see that our cursor changes, and we're just going to drag our cursor from kind of in the middle section here, and it'll kind of resize it for us. And then what we want to do is that we want to either go up to paste or just Control V and paste in there. So we have the branches of science, the former title that was up here. Now we have it down in this text box. Okay, but to really make it fit, we need to kind of make a few adjustments. This little green button right here at the top of the text box is for rotation purposes, and that's the first thing that we want to do. So we want to hold it down and just kind of rotate it around so it's kind of about the same. And then I like to use my arrows at this point to just kind of maneuver the text box down, and then if you need to readjust the rotation, you can certainly do that. It's sometimes easier said than done, but we'll let's stick with that. That's pretty good. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add a fill to this box. So we want to go up underneath the drawing tools that's highlighted and go to Format, go to Shape Fill, and no fill is selected. We want to go down to the gradient, and we're going to choose the one that says linear up in the light variation. So go ahead and select that. You can see a little bit of a change there. Next, then, what we're going to do is we're going to use that shape outline with that same text box still selected, and we're going to change it from no outline. We're going to go down to the dashes, and we are going to choose, let's see, the one that we want is the long dash dot dot. Long dash dot dot should be the last one in the menu. And you can see there. So it adds a little bit of a border to what we have. And then the final thing, like we did with the text earlier, so we're going to add a shape effect. In this case, we're again going to use the glow feature. But in this case, we're going to use kind of one of the green glows. And it should be the third one down. And if we move our cursor over it should say accent color 3, 11-point glow. And so that's what we want. It's pretty subtle until you click off of the actual icon. You won't really notice the glow, but now you can kind of see it. Naturally, we don't need this placeholder anymore because we moved the title. So I'm going to delete that. And that's a little bit of using some of the SmartArt. We're going to use it again later on in this particular tutorial, but we're going to create it from scratch rather than taking text from it. So we'll get to that here shortly, but for now, go ahead and save the science document. And I'm going to close this this video down. Section 4 we'll be inserting and modifying different clip art pieces, and I'll show you how to modify and change colors and things like that with some of those clip art pieces. So again, this was 3.3, and I'll see you 3.4.